You know, Rod, that is so true. When you're thinking about, flooding and all the things we've experienced this week, exterminators say they're seeing things like cockroaches, ants, and even mosquitoes. And when you think about mosquitoes, they also tell me when you look in your backyard and your front yard, any place like this, like a bowl of water or a tire with water, you should simply just pour that out because that can be a breeding ground for mosquitoes. Crystal Rizzo says her phone has been ringing off the hook.
So the worse the flooding, the more calls we're going to get. So I expect we'll have already had quite a few calls already.
She owns Crystal Pest Control and says the recent storm and flooding leads to a spike in critters.
We get a lot of calls for smoky brown cockroaches. They tend to come in during the flooding.
She says as the high humidity rises, exterminators see a lot of calls about ants, rodents, and the worst,
definitely in the yard, mosquitoes for sure.
She recommends you call a professional to get to the root of your problem. She says you can also make sure areas around doors, plumbing structures, and windows are properly sealed to close off any entry points for critters. And when it comes to mosquitoes,
definitely you want to go around and make sure that any type of buckets, old tires are a common thing I see in people's yards, potted plants full of water. You want to dump it.
So you may be asking the question, what about those over-the-counter bug sprays? She says those are good for a temporary fix. However, if you want to see a longer fix, you should reach out to a local exterminator and to fix that problem. But when you think about how many times a year should you have the exterminator come to your house, she says that truly depends on exactly where you live. So if you live in a wooded area, you may want them to come a little bit more versus living in the city limits, or in the city area, I should say. Reporting live in Raleigh, Greg Funderburg, CBS 17 News.
Getting rid of that standing water, though, will go a long way. Greg, thanks so much. We appreciate it.